Good evening, it's your girl Anaya A, and we are live. We are live, guys. So sorry, it's been a 2-hour delay as I was just sharing behind the scenes with everybody, including my cousin on IG and the rest of the crew that's already watching and who will be watching. It has been a super wild day for me, but the great news is drum roll please, I got a lot done today. So I'm feeling really super positive right now, and I had to come on live with everybody to share some positive motivation. I know it's like 2 hours later, but that's okay. You guys know how it is sometimes, especially when you're a new mom, like myself, especially when you have other things going on. And in my case, I have my neighbor that's going back to Jamaica, and I just, had to talk to her and stuff, and wish her well. And she had to give me some Jamaican bun and cheese tonight, because I haven't had that stuff in forever, which is probably not very good for me since I've been trying to work out and eat very well. But that's okay. We have to cheat sometimes, especially if you love cheese like your girl Anaya A. Either way, we have a lot to discuss tonight. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. First and foremost, I want to play a song because as of late, I've been praising God, right? But I'm not going to play the song. I'm not going to do any intro song tonight. The reason being is because I just remembered, every time I do an intro song or any song at all or whatever, Facebook just like shuts me down and says like, you can't play that song. Even though I put the disclaimer, I don't own any rights to this song. Facebook don't even care anymore. Like Facebook is really out here, trying it. So I'm not going to put out any songs or anything tonight. So I'm going to get right into it. But I was going to put out the song, I Love God, How About You, by Erica Campbell. And the reason being, because it's Motivational Monday moments, and also because I have been praising God really heavy lately, I just wanted to put out that song because I wanted to give God the utmost praise tonight for everything that he has been doing in my life and in the lives of other people. And so let me share it, right? So I got some really good stuff that happened at the bank earlier today. I put a little bit of verbiage on Facebook earlier, and I don't even put stuff to like act like I'm better than anybody. Matter of fact, I'm real low key about the different things that I do. But sometimes you got to give God praise through the actions of it, because what happened today was so mind boggling and such a blessing. And it's just to go into the fact that I do the work and I do a lot of behind the scenes work. And I wanted to motivate somebody today, right? Don't come for me. Don't act negative towards me or anything like that. But just understand something. Like, if you have a dream and a vision, which I always talk to you guys about, if you have a dream and a vision, it is in your best interest to start working on that plan, whether it's your business plan, whether it's, putting things in formation so that you can have a business bank account. You have to have certain paperwork. You have to have certain things in line when you are a business owner, and you don't even have to jump into being a business owner. You can actually start, like, if you want to write a book, for example, just start typing, put words on a freaking typewriter. Oh my God, I'm aging myself. Put words onto your keyboard, onto your phone. If you want to sing, start just like belting, out notes or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many different things that people need to be doing on a daily basis to achieve your dreams. And I had to start off by talking about that. I'm not going to put the song out, but if you Google that song, it's a really dope song. Go on YouTube. I Love God, How About You? And it's by that Erica Campbell sister of Mary, because there's two sisters, but neither one of them is Mary, right? But the name of the group is Mary, and there was a reason they did it like that. I forget the backstory. Please forgive me or whatever. But I want to say this: those sisters are so powerful. And I'm so glad that God brought that song to my memory earlier so that I could share this message with you guys. Because even when you look at celebrities, fam, when you look at celebrities out here, they be on some real wild stuff. A lot of times celebrities go through so much. Celebrities have it hard, and people don't understand. Celebrities, entrepreneurs, those that are in the limelight. You think it's so easy to be a celebrity. You think it's so easy to constantly be up in people's faces or whatever, and being in front of a camera or being, on display for your talents is so not easy whatsoever. But people do it because they're passionate, and obviously they have a gift and a talent, right? So I say that to say, in regards to gifts, in regards to talents, keep working, keep pushing. You never know what tomorrow holds. You really don't. But if you keep like saying that you can't do something, then guess what? You're not going to do anything, fam. And that's the God honest truth. Let me share this with you real quick. When I was young, I know you guys know a little bit about like my backstory when I was, a little girl, whatever. So I played like every sport. I was a cheerleader. I was like in everything. But the biggest thing I was a ballerina. Ballet. A ballerina. I did tap, jazz, acro, you name it. I had all these like dancing abilities or whatever. So from when I was little, the dance instructors and everything, and my moms, they realized, oh my God, she's thick or whatever, because I had boobs at a young age, and everything. I was very developed, very young, but I had a real passion for dancing, and I always was on stage. Well, fast forward with it, I'll never forget one of my dance instructors. Lord, I forgot her name. But anyway, I had her as a dance instructor for years. And one of the things that she always told us was we cannot say can't during any session. Like we would get in trouble if we ever use the word can't. The reason being is because when you're a dancer, when you're in acro, ballet, tap, and everything, your body is being pushed to the limit. Just like when you're in the gym and you know how like these weight lifter people or whatever, bodybuilders, they be pulling all on that weight and everything like that. And it looks so hard. It is hard, but because they're super passionate, they're going to keep going to the next level, to the next level, to the next level. It's the same with dancing. Like your body has to be stretched out in so many different ways to be able to accomplish the dance moves and everything like that. So therefore, if you say the word can't, that your body can't do something, you know what? You're in big trouble. So from the time I was little, catch this, I've never understood the word can't because it was ingrained in me as a child. Growing up, there was no way that I could hear that word or say that word. So therefore, it was ingrained in me that that word does like really not exist, right? So with that being said, fam, I want you guys to remember that you have a dream, you have a vision, you want to leave a legacy, you want to achieve something, you want to build something. You have to start today. You cannot keep waiting. You cannot keep acting like somebody's going to do it for you, because nobody's going to do what you're passionate about. And that means in any line of work. That means in theater, that means in dance, that means in, the gym. You want to lose 50 pounds. How are you going to lose 50 pounds? How are you going to lose 100 pounds if you're sitting down on the couch every day? You're not going to the gym. How are you going to get a man if you don't go out and like meet people? If you want to meet a girl, right? You're not meeting people. You're not meeting girls. How are you going to get a girl if you're not meeting girls? It's the same principle. It's the same principle. So back to my original thought. As of late, again, I've been praising God, fam. I have really been praising God and just been worshiping Him because of a lot of trials and tribulations that we all face, right? It's definitely up to us whether or not we stay in the frame of mind that we're in or we go to the next level. For me, I can't stay in a frame of mind of depression, oppression, sadness. I may be down and out for a couple of minutes, a couple of days, even a month, who cares? But when I get back up, I'm up. And I never stayed down for so long because, first of all, I have a kid, which just kind of happened. But I also have that mind frame again that I can't say the word can't. It does not resonate in my spirit. So, literally, when I've been giving God praise, I've also been putting actions towards the praise. I'm not just sitting here like, I love Jesus all day, and I'm not putting any actions towards it. I'm not going to tell you exactly the actions, okay? But let's just say this. Whenever you're doing anything positive for anybody, it's a law of attraction. The secret to life is the laws of attraction. It's when you give, and you don't expect anything in return, but you're giving from your heart, you're giving from your soul. You're actually caring for those that may not even understand how much you appreciate them, right? But you're still giving, you're still showing up, you're still doing the little things. Why? Because you care. So a secret is like, the movie The Secret, that frame of mind, etc. That's laws of attraction. That's positive, ready? Positive reinforcements. That is literally when good karma they talk about is shown, you give out good karma, it's gonna come back to you. Just like if you do bad things to people, that's gonna come back to you as well. Understand that for every action, there's a reaction. For every cause, there's an effect, right? So I choose in my daily living to do the right things. And here is the big one. Last weekend, I faced a major fear. I always talk about these fears. And what is a fear? False evidence appearing real, right? So last weekend, here your girl Anaya A goes, like literally, I've been wanting to do something for a long time, but I didn't have the cojones to do it. I didn't have the strength because I didn't know what the outcome was gonna be like. So I said to myself, girl, just sit down, don't go anywhere, don't do anything. But I couldn't not do this thing. And the reason being is because, catch this, in the back of my mind, I had to find out the truth about something. I had to know if what I was feeling inside of me really was a thing, or was I just making it up, which I never make up anything. Like there's always confirmation when I'm feeling a thing. So this is like a long story, but I'm just condensing it so that you guys can understand. So when I felt this thing, fam, I was like, I gotta go and confront it. But how? Because I'm afraid and I really didn't want to know the truth. Have y'all ever been in a situation? You could say amen, you could type out your answers or whatever, communicate with your girl Anaya. I will read all the commentaries later. Have you all ever been in a situation, in a circumstance where you need to know the truth about something? You need to know the truth about something, but then you're too afraid to know the truth about something. You get all the way to that place and then you turn back like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to face this demon. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to even approach it because if I do, I'm afraid of the answer. Guess what? We have to approach it anyway. We have to approach it. And if you've ever been in that predicament, go ahead and type it out and let me know. Because at the end of the day, if you don't approach that demon, if you don't confront that demon, you're always going to have the what ifs in the back of your mind. So here we go. As you guys know, I haven't been posting a whole lot lately because I've been on mission trips. Like I've been in the gutter, literally. And so I've been wanting to do this thing, and this is gonna bring me to my last point, right? And this last point is about my sister Dominique Sharpton. I'm gonna talk about her in just a minute. So just know that I'm about to talk about Dominique Sharpton in a very good light. I love that girl. Y'all don't even know. I've been watching Dominique Sharpton from a distance, and I listen to Dominique Sharpton, and that's why having faith and keeping it going is so imperative in today's society, because you just never know who is being encouraged by your faith and your strength. So for years, I was supposed to do this thing because I just kept feeling something. I felt something negative. And mind you, this is in a very close knit circle. I'm not dropping names. I'm not going to say exactly what it is. I'm not going to identify anybody. But if you're listening tonight, or if you do happen to listen, you'll know this is about you. So I kept feeling something. I kept feeling something. And I said to myself, you bugging, Anaya, you bugging. How can this be real? Like, you do have some proof, you do have some evidence, but this bigger piece of the puzzle is so massive and it's so painful that if this were to be true, then God really does love you like that. And you got to keep praising God. Like I said to myself, I got to keep praising God even more if this last piece of the puzzle is true. So I go all the way to Brooklyn last week, sure did. I goes to Brooklyn and I faced the demon. I faced it. And I was like, let me talk to you real quick. What, and within 5 minutes, I got the confirmation. I got the confirmation that I had been looking for a number of years within 5 minutes. And so if you know anything about me, you'll know that I don't have to stick around a situation. I'm gonna get what I gotta get and I'm gonna keep it moving. Because when I come back to a thing, I'm gonna have more time to digest. Lord have mercy, fam. When I tell you, not only was your girl Anaya A on point, and again, I'm not saying names, I'm not saying, exact information, but those who know. When I tell you the plot that was laid out for your girl Anaya A was so massive, was so massive. But when you trust God, when you believe in God, when you trust in a higher power, and when you're always doing the right thing, the Bible talks about 1,000 could fall at your side, but 10,000 at your right side. He talks about the darts and the arrows that fly by day and the darkness that cometh by night. Like, I'm getting that Bible scripture all messed up, but y'all already know. Go to somewhere in Psalms. It's talking about it. Google it, right? The arrows that flyeth by day and the darts that cometh by night. Either way, there are traps set up for us on every which angle, fam, on a daily basis. Now, whether or not some traps are intentional or not, that has nothing to do with me. That's not my thing. But what I'm saying is there are traps. There are traps out there set for those, especially if they have a bright future, especially if you have a good heart, especially if you're just trying to do the right thing. There's going to be a trap for you, for me, for us, because the more you help people, the more you give back, the less selfish you are, the more selfless you are, the more you care about community and family and people and the elderly and the children and stuff like that. The devil does not want to see that. So what does he do? He sets up these traps for us because he wants to knock us off of our path. Now, we would be stupid as hell to let the devil win every day. So when I be feeling the traps, because y'all already know, the hood in me already gives me that sixth sense, like, nah, that don't feel right. When I feel the traps are set for me, I find ways to go around them. But before I go around the trap, what do? I sit back and I pray. My prayer before this situation had taken place years ago, actually, it was a year ago. I said, God, get me out of this mess that I'm in. Straight up. I said, Father God, you love me. You love my baby that I'm about to give birth to. I need you to get me away from these people. I need you to remove these people from me. I need to be set free from this demonic warfare and whatever crap I'm feeling without the confirmation. I just need a way out. And fam, after I prayed that prayer and left it in God's good old hands, a text message, a phone call, a bunch of text messages and phone calls, and your girl Anaya A did not only have to see these witches and warlocks. Guess what, fam? I was able to walk around the situation. See, the enemies that we see today, we can't see them tomorrow if we're on the right path. If our feet are treading the good soil, and if we are doing right by God and his almighty and his wonderful working hands, and if we're praying to him and asking him for help, and if we're giving to those that are least fortunate, guess what? We can't fail. So what the enemy had planned for bad, God turned that thing around. Over a year later, I get the confirmation that I've been waiting for, right? But I had to initiate that thing. It might end up being a movie, I promise y'all, because you would not believe, fam, you would not believe what your girl Anaya A just completely, how I just completely dodged this bullet. But that's why I could talk to people a certain kind of way, or that's why when I feel a certain thing and I explain to people, hey, be careful with that one right there, because I feel a thing. And you may want to be careful with that because something is not right there. I feels it. I be knowing. Ask me how I know. I don't know. But within the next couple of minutes, I'm gonna shut it down because it's been a long day, a blessed day, a very blessed day. To Chase Bank, baby, to my new business banker. Lord have mercy on Zion. See, when you do good by people, but when you pray, when you are good to yourself, when you take care of self, irregardless of what's going on around you, the universe responds. It really does. It really does. My business banker, yo, that's a good chick right there. She cares for your girl Anaya. You know why? Because I am a great person. I literally took almost all of my funds, almost all of my assets, almost everything, and I have brought to a specific entity for a reason. Because you can't have all of your assets and all of these things just traveling around and around and around when you know that you need to be sedimentary somewhere, right? Anyway, we'll talk about money and banking and stuff later. I'm not a pro. I just know what works a little bit. Moving forward, earlier today, I posted about Dominique Sharpton, aka Miss Damo. And a lot of you may know her as who? Reverend Al Sharpton's oldest daughter, right? But to me, she's my sis, right? Younger sis, because she's younger than me. And the reason I'm talking about Damo is because everything I'm talking about tonight goes hand in hand with Damo's birthday that we're celebrating, right? And even though I wasn't at the big birthday party, happy belated, happy birthday. I think Damo's birthday is actually today. One of the things that I want to share about Dominique Sharpton is her tenacity, is her perseverance, and it's her strength that completely has, I want to say, blindsided me because I've never met anybody like Dominique Sharpton, for real. I meet a lot of people. Y'all know I know a lot of people, right? But I had to talk about Dominique tonight because this sister is somebody that I highly respect and I admire. And the reason being is because I've watched her since I've known her. And Dominique is not one to have a lot of words, right? Because she's busy, she's a mother, she's a fighter, she's been in the civil rights movement her entire life, right? And when I tell you the first time, I hope I don't get emotional, but this is a tribute to you, Damo, because sometimes when you speak, when anybody speaks, they never know who's listening and who is going to be touched, blessed, and literally strengthened. Such a good word, strengthened. And I I I wanted to say this at NAN, right? I wanted to share when I saw Dominique and listened to her speak that time at the NAN convention, but I didn't. I never said it at NAN, but I guess tonight is the right time, especially after the day I've had, especially after what I've been going through, all of these attacks, all of these darts. Because if you don't know somebody very well, you will have a preconceived notion about them. And on the flip side, if you do know somebody very well, you will still have a preconceived notion about them if you're jealous, if you're envious, if you have greed in your heart, if you don't want to see that person succeed, because in your small mind, you're thinking, why her and why not me? When we're all given gifts and talents, and we're all given a number of assignments on a daily basis. Some people choose to do the assignments. Some people choose to utilize their brain, their hands, their ears, their everything in order to go out there and do the Father's will. You see what I did there? Sharpton, Father, God, Father, whatever. Okay. With Damo, I would watch her from a distance because I'm like, yo, she is really smart and she's really a busy person. As a producer, as somebody that wears many hats, I just would sit there and just be in awe. right? Especially being the biggest civil rights leader's daughter. So getting to this point, it was 2018, maybe 2019. I had just started at NAN in 2018. And I sat there as Damo spoke. She was on the stage with the Sisters of the Movement, right? The Sisters of the Movement are the women, the sisters, the daughters. I think it's the daughters of the movement. The daughters of the movement. So the women, the daughters of the civil rights leaders that have gone and fought before us, right? And fam, this sister said something, and that's when I started watching Damo and listening to her more carefully. See, when you grow up in a situation where your parent is out there fighting for others and they have a calling on their life, like Reverend Al Sharpton, what ends up happening is sometimes that parent may not see the fear or the pain in their own children's eyes. Now, as a mother, I get it. Reason being is because I was pregnant with King fighting on the front lines for Haiti. I didn't know I was pregnant, but now I'm more careful because I'm like, Dad, if something happens to your girl and Naya, hey, who's gonna raise my king? Who's going to make sure he's okay? Well, I guess Sharpton was so powerful at that time and just wanted justice so bad for our community in the like 80s, I want to say, right? Early 90s, 80s, or what have you, that Sharpton ended up getting stabbed in the chest. And as Dominique stood there, and I could tell that she was so vulnerable, yet so strong. Damo stood there and shared her story of how nobody would let her and Ashley look at the TV screen because it was just so much to see that their father had been stabbed in the chest on the front lines, fighting in Brooklyn for our rights. And I watched and I listened to Damo, and she shared how that was the first time that she had a panic attack because she got a glimpse either of a newspaper or of the magazine that featured her father with an object in his chest in the hospital or on a gurney heading to the hospital. And fam, I looked at that sister while she was on that stage. And yes, I had heard rumors, and yes, people talk about people all the time. But it was in that split second that I said that she is one of the strongest, one of the most beautiful women that I had ever seen. Because if you continue to watch somebody long enough, you'll understand that sometimes that fear, false evidence appearing real, can either A, push you to your next limit. B, it can make you stronger than you have ever been in your life. C, it could cripple you, whereas you're not able to do much of anything. D, it can turn you into an alcoholic, a drug abuser, a pill popper, and the list goes on. But here we have a beautiful Black woman, the daughter of a civil rights leader, who's standing up and sharing the moment that she had a panic attack because of what she had seen happen to her father. And then I watched Jamo every Saturday at NAN as the producer slash director who worked so hard in making sure that her father's platform is ran the right way. She works so hard. And the funny part is, if you're not in production, if you don't understand timing, you will never understand this woman's job or anybody who does this type of work. It is highly intense. It is so quick. It is so, like, people don't understand. Every second counts down to the last second because there's TV, there's there's radio, there's publications, there's the press, there's the people in the audience, there's the people watching, on Facebook and YouTube, but yet she holds it down. Bam, tonight, I wanted to share that moment that I watched Damo because it was in that second when I heard her speak about her trauma of watching this moment that I gained so much more respect for her and the work that she does. So instead of talking about all the beautiful gowns and all the beautiful dresses and all the beautiful outings and all those different things, I want to salute this sister tonight and share that I get it. And I am your biggest cheerleader, even though I'm not around a whole lot and I'm not there at NAN as often or as I should be because I am a lifetime member. But I get it and I commend you, Damo. And I wish that you receive all of the happiness that the world has to offer you. Because on your birthday today, you may have so many things going on, but sister, you are a gem, are amazing. And no matter what, you have a bright future. So with that being said, and with all the people that may be having the wrong impression of a sister that works so hard, that just does her job to excellence, for all the people that may be out there that don't understand people in specific careers who have something that they're fighting for, my desire as I close out tonight is for all of those that don't understand their fellow brother and sister, try to understand why we, you, us, everybody does what they do. Smile more, fam. Give back more. It takes nothing to be honest. It takes nothing to share. It takes nothing to lend a helping hand. And with that being said, I am out for the night. I got more to do. And I love each and every one of you. Continue to be blessed and highly favored wherever you are. And on this motivational Monday night, stay amazing. Good night, guys.